It seems like the photo was too dark. Let's try that again with the flash. Give us another pose. 3, 2, 1. Say, overthrowing the tyrannical British hordes. Beautiful photo. You two just might make prom, king, and queen.
Hey, let's go dance.
Taylor's calling you over to dance. Never mind that you've never danced in your life. With your guns on the dance floor, you're sure to blow away the crowd. Let's have a practice round. Watch her and mirror each of her moves. Raise your left hand above your head. Good. Now extend your right hand to the side.
Ah, for fuck's sakes.
Great! That's the way. You're a natural. Practice time is over. Let's get to the real thing. She won't wait for you anymore, so do your best to keep up.
You ready? Come on, Snake. Let's rattle.
Isn't that last year's prom king, Rex George? What's he doing here? Hey, darling, why don't you leave that Saturday Night Special over there and let me show you how real prom king dances? That nosebleed is trying to show off to Taylor. That son of a gun is cruising for a bruising. He has some mean moves, but he doesn't have a pair of Carter 1912s. You there! I challenge you to a dance-off. Taylor, my dear, step back and watch as I razz your berries. We cannot let him trample on our honor. It's time to duel, prom style. On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, dance. Wow, that was incredible. You're the coolest. You shot him straight down. That'll teach him to mess with a certified gunslinger like yourself. It looks like they're about to announce the Prom King and Queen. This year's Prom King and Queen are you!
Hooray! We did it!
Congratulations! Like the heroes of old, you have defeated the tyrannical rulers, freeing the people and paving way for a dance floor where all men are created equal. What a lovely evening. Let us recap the lessons we've learned tonight. Firstly, you never know when tyranny may strike, and we must always be ready. Secondly, it takes strength to overthrow tyranny, and guns give us the strength we need. When our honor and liberty is at stake, shoot first and ask questions later. You don't win wars with words. You win them with genuine American blued steel.
I don't remember the drive-in theater.
As we forge onward towards the future, it's important to know where we've come from. Let's turn back the clock for a moment, look into the history of the beloved gun. It all began when some Chinese folks discovered gunpowder and used it in these ridiculous-looking hand cannons. I'd like to see you conceal carry one of those. Some stuff happened over in Europe, but nobody really cares about that. What matters is the gun eventually made its way to the shores of our sacred land. Turns out rifles were pretty useful for taking out the redcoats in the Revolutionary War. And so, from the freshly smoking barrel of a gun, the United States of America was born. In the years that followed, the American people flourished, set about establishing systems that would position us as the most resourceful nation in the world. We invented high-precision machines that automated and sped up the rate of production of goods like never before. This process was called the American System of Manufacture, but later was simplified to manufacturing. Completion of high school, young Americans' priorities shifted from sports and awkward adolescent conundrum to the pursuit of work and money and a capitalist system. You're all free to make your own money, meaning you live, die, or buy expensive cars based on your merits and ability to sell people things they don't need at outrageous prices. A steady income allows you to pay for basic needs such as food, shelter, and high-powered firearms. That's why you've taken up a job as a car wash attendant to help our fellow citizens keep their vehicles shiny and squeaky clean. For this job, we'll require a bit more firepower than we've been used to. Introducing the Johnson submachine gun. First deployed in 1918 for use in trench warfare. This gun also saw frequent use by friendly neighborhood gangsters to uphold street justice. The fully automatic Johnson is capable of firing 250 grain bullets at a rate of 1,200 rounds per minute, making it perfect for heavy-duty cleaning tasks such as washing cars, trimming stray nose hairs, and garden maintenance. Congratulations! The Johnson SMG is now yours. The Johnson must be reloaded with our old friend, the Kruger 1898, which I'm sure you remember from an earlier chapter, unless the repeated sound of gunfire in close proximity to your head has turned your brain to soup. The Kruger's hand apparatus allows you to reload and grip the front of the SMG to stabilize your aim when firing. First, hit the illuminated button on your card to get a new magazine. That's the way. Sensational! Your gun is loaded and ready to rumble. Nothing's gonna stand in the way of you and your Johnson. Let's test out this baby's firepower with a bit of target practice. The SMG is a fully automatic weapon, meaning you can hold down the trigger and it will continue to fire as long as there are bullets in the magazine. Try taking out all the targets in one sweeping motion. That's what. You're on a kill streak. Now that you're acquainted with your new tool, let's put it to use. You'll be earning minimum wage. But the good news is, you don't have to work a minimum number of hours. The clients of the Winchester Car Wash are busy doing their part in the capitalist machine and can only stop by for a short time. Luckily, our trusty weapons tech can be used to blast all the dirt from their cars before they move on. If you can shoot it off fast enough, that is. But if you do completely clean a car, you'll get a nice pay bonus. Great! That car is looking good as new. Great! That car is looking good as new. In the industry, there is a technique known as tactical reloading, where users will eject the magazine manually and reload early to anticipate future actions. This is also referred to as pro strats or elite skills. Great! That car is looking good as new. Don't spare the bullets. Plenty more where they came from. Excellent work. Looks like it's just about time to wrap up with a... Oh God! Your stupid co-worker has turned on the hose and it's out of control! God damn it, Earl! That hose is equipped with a 60mm nozzle, capable of producing a whopping 1,200 kilopascals of water pressure. I have no idea what that means, but the only way we're going to stop it is to match its fight with the strength of our big... This is such a waste of water. Just think, we could bottle it in plastic and sell it to idiots. Fully automatic Johnson, you're the only one with a gun. Time to use it. Lives are on the line. Don't let that clean, fresh water touch you. There's not even any sugar in it. Turn off that water spray. Always remember to shoot red things. Barrels, levers, taps. Those taps are red. You should definitely shoot the hell out of them. You did it! We're saved! All in a day's work. As you now see, guns are invaluable tools in the workplace. They improve productivity by at least 300% and can also be used to defuse dangerous situations. And to think the liberals wanted workplaces to be gun-free zones. Huh, no wonder they never get anything done. And remember, the only thing that stops a bad hose is a good guy with a gun. Let's head to the next stage. The unmistakable aroma which fills the soul with passion enough to start wars and topple nations. No, it's not me. It's love. You see, when two Americans love one another very much, there comes a time when they carry out the age-old tradition of the romantic dinner and proposal. First, the couple finds a decent but affordable restaurant to wine and dine. When the moment is right, one lover pulls out an expensive piece of metal and asks the other for their hand in marriage. If things go well, they get married. Welcome to La Barretta, where meals are shot fresh out of Nonna Barretta's kitchen. Whilst the proper American diet consists of burgers and milkshakes, this occasion calls for something more exotic. That's right, we're going to have Italian hamburgers and milkshakes.
So good to see you, dear.
Good.
How was your day?
Now catch it with your handgun.
That's wonderful. This is such a nice place you found. It's very romantic.
Buongiorno, it's me, Stevan. Welcome to La Barretta. You two are looking stunning tonight. And I can tell by the way that you have been banging your pistols on the table that you are ready to eat. Please take a look at the many options of our menu. I'm sure you will choose something befitting this exquisite occasion. The deluxe or the banquet. I'm legally obliged to tell you that the 5 people were sent to the emergency room after ordering that. Though you look like you have the constitution to handle it. I'll be back with your entree in a momento. While we're waiting, let me explain proper gun etiquette at the dining table. In front of you, you'll find several utensils, each for a different part of your course. Simply use the gun starting from the outside and work inwards with each dish, smallest to largest. We want to impress Taylor, so let's deploy our best table manners and show her that you aren't some kind of ignorant savage. Your entree, a fine Sicilian salad served with a sweet vinaigrette. Enjoy your meal, my amazingly attractive friends.
That was simply divine. Honey, can you call the waiter to let him know we're done?
How can we get his attention? I pray to the heavens that everything was satisfactory. Let me clear the table for you. In Italy, we use our hands. However, this is America. I will be back shortly with your next dish. I guess those Europeans are good for more than just feeding the gun economy. They provide a decent feed at the dinner table, too. Next up, dish specially prepared for the lawful patriots to yourselves. I present our specialty, the Italian hamburger. Please enjoy.
Whoa.
can we get his attention? I trust that Emile was just as fantastic as your fashion sense. Wait. God damn it, we got the worst table in the restaurant. You see, a savvy American always sits in a corner to give them a full view of the area so that they are ready to shoot down any would-be attackers. They're offering a $5 discount for sitting at an unsafe table, but I'd say safety is priceless. The next dish is a Sardinian delicacy, Kazur Marzu, perhaps the finest cheese on the planet. Wait, you're telling me it's better than American cheese? That you move towards the plate with each consecutive meal. By the beard of Lincoln, maggots! Horrifying. This is why you should only eat American cheese, which contains no actual cheese but a whole load of wonderful things like patriotism, reconstituted dairy, and rubber. Also, that real stuff is likely to give you weird cheese dreams. How can we get his attention? With the delight, see? You wretch with a pure joy. I knew you would love it from the moment you deliberately chose it from the menu. Now I hope you'll have some room. And if not, just wait for the maggots to wriggle down into your intestines. I will fetch your dessert. The final course of our signature dessert, served in Russian style, I present to you Nonna Barretta's famous spicy chocolate truffle. The truffle is infused with the Calabrian demon chilies, wrenched from the ninth circle of hell itself. Their capsaicinoid concentration is so heavily charged that they actually melt the skull with skin. Consuming them can cause bleeding gums, hallucinations, eternal third-degree burns, and profuse rectal hemorrhaging.
Now we got ourselves a game. You and me.
One of the chambers in that revolver contains the truffle. Fire the gun into your mouth, and if you're lucky, you'll get a load of Nonna Barretta's hot love. Go on, pick up the revolver. Diddy Mao. Mao! I will spend the rest of my days praying that you enjoy your meal tonight. Here is the bill, senor. Oh, dear! Yes. Very good, senor. When I said I wanted a tip, I didn't mean one with a hollow point. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you for tonight, honey. I've had such a wonderful time.
Things are looking good. Let's set the stage for the big question. Why don't you try picking Taylor's favorite song from the jukebox?
That's our song! You really know how to make a girl feel special.
Time to seal the deal. Taylor. I believe my friend here has a proposal for you.
Yes, I will marry you. I love you.
All right. She said yes. Fire the gun in her hand and pop that engagement ring on.
Hey, so my parents are out of town for the weekend. How about we swing over to my place for the night?
Oh, Taylor's invited you to her house. Let's go. What's that, you ask? Where did you come from? Well, that's quite a long story. You see, you were produced by a method called sexual intercourse. Now, the ratings board wouldn't want me going into nitty-gritty details, but I'll try to explain it in simplified terms that you can understand. To create a baby, we need a sperm cell and an egg. Think of the sperm cell as a bullet and the egg as its target. The shooter will position themselves to fire a barrage of bullets towards the target. And even though it may take the shooter many attempts, and they might have to wait until the target is in the right mood to be shot at, the shooter will eventually penetrate the target with one of their bullets. This process is called conception. Think of it like the genesis of America, born from the many bullets piercing the bodies of our enemies. Anyway, around 9 months later, a healthy baby will be born into the world. And that's where you came from. Let me take a moment to introduce you to another one of our fantastic lifestyle products. Once you've used a variety of guns for mid to long range encounters, when the task calls for something a bit more up close and personal, we have the trusty shotgun. Introducing the Steinberg Pump Action Shotgun. Its short-range pellet dispersion and conical spread guarantees blasts that are potent and powerful for those especially intimate moments. Featuring a lightweight wooden stock, it's a joy to grip, either for yourself or your partner. And there we go, fired up and ready for action. Now shoot down the rest of those targets with flaming shots. The Steinberg also has a special function. If you pump it repeatedly, you can charge up your shots to get them flaming hot. Try it now. Pump it up a few times until you can see smoke coming from the gun. Boom shakalaka! Talk about a fiery passion. Make sure to use the flaming shots when you want to get things a bit more heated than usual. I guess it's time for bed. Traditionally, partners slept in separate beds to discourage inappropriate behavior. Whoa, what are you doing? Cut that out. This is getting a bit too romantic. Wait, candles? Don't you dare light those up. This is definitely starting to look like a sex scene.
Hey there, hot stuff. Why don't we get those clothes off of you?
Well, if you're gonna do it, just as we practice safe gun use,
What the fuck?
remember to practice safe sex. Use protection. Make sure you... Whoa, wait a minute. Are you even listening? Hey! So, you're just gonna sit there forever in your own stench, huh? That's the plan? I truly hope I don't need to spell out what needs to happen here. So there might be some residue on your muzzle, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe you could stand a polish? Are you gonna clean that shit up? We've now reached the halfway point of our journey. We hope you've been enjoying your time in the American dream. I've certainly enjoyed watching you grow into a model American citizen and master the use of your trusty guns. As part of our regular procedure, I'd like to ask you a few questions. How many bullets have you fired since the start of your journey? What? Seriously? Try again. Good. How much time do you think has passed since we began our journey? Good. When an intruder comes into your house, which item will help you? Correct. Our studies have shown that a gun will be the best option in 99 out of 100 house invasions. And the other time, it's a chainsaw. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love America? Yes, that is the correct answer. Who is a good boy? Ah, thank you. Woof. How many degrees should you spin for a no-scope shot? Correct. Anything less and you're a filthy noob. Thank you. During the intermission, feel free to get up and use the restroom, or perhaps purchase some sweet snacks or guns to keep your body and mind satisfied and to keep the glorious capitalist machine well oiled. We've got a lot more in store for you, so rest up, relax, and when you're ready, we will proceed. Oh, that tickles. The pioneers of the gun industry began with humble ambitions. Some saw the rifle as nothing more than a machine made to throw balls. But it was the keen American eyes of our gun industrialists that realized the untapped potential of those balls. Combining American ingenuity with our unmatched manufacturing processes, those noble poets of wood and steel went on to produce guns en masse. It was a glorious age of progress for our industry, but there was one problem. All these guns needed owners, and there just wasn't enough war around to match our supply. An American once said, if you want to make a pile of money, invent something that will enable these Europeans to cut each other's throats with greater facility. And so we shipped our guns to Europe, helping our friends slaughter each other for a while, and business boomed. It was a time of great innovation and prosperity. We made repeating rifles, revolving pistols, Gatling guns, semi-automatic pistols, and even a gentleman's cane gun. However, as our industry grew, we began to see the limits of the market. Relying on ebb and flow of war was simply not sustainable. The gun began as a commodity like any other, an appliance to fulfill a specific purchase. Throw metal balls at high velocity. However, for our industry to survive and to extend our reach, we needed to elevate the gun to greater heights. Oh, that tickles. All right, good to go? Get comfy, strap yourself in, and let's begin the second half of your journey into the American dream. You proposed to your beloved Taylor, and she said yes. She also happens to be pregnant. So in light of that, your wedding plans have been slightly accelerated. Good job with that whole safe sex thing. When a child is conceived before marriage, the family must arrange a hastier wedding to ensure that the child is born into wedlock. This is what we refer to as a shotgun wedding. I'm so proud of you, my son. Here, take this silencer. It's a family heirloom. You'll need it when the nagging starts. Trust me, buddy. Take a look around. All your friends and family are here. Who invited that stupid cat? Anyway, the rest of your life begins here. You'll be working a soul-crushing job 9 to 5. Coming home to a family that won't appreciate you, and looking forward to the weekends so you can numb yourself with alcohol and begin the cycle all over again. Let that sink in for a moment. Don't worry, I was joking. Only half of that was true. That man behind you is Taylor's brother. He's quite eager to see his dear sister get married. You aren't getting cold feet, are you? Relax. It's natural to have terrible doubts before committing to one person for life. That's the way. Confidence is key. Oh, I think it's almost time for Taylor to arrive. My God, what is that noise? Your August is asleep. Wake up. Nicely done. She's playing even better than before. Remarkable motivation energy. Here comes By the great founding fathers, isn't she beautiful? Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the presence of these witnesses to join these beautiful young American patriots together in matrimony like Barrow and Stone, commended to be honorable among all, and therefore is not to be vows. Fire your shotgun into the air to proclaim your vow. Do you both pledge to share your minds openly with one another and to speak the truth with love, tenderly care for one another, cherish and encourage each other, stand together through sorrows, joys, and communist attack? For all the days of your lives.
We do.
Do you pledge to keep our militia well regulated, our state free, and to uphold your God-given right to bear firearms of all varieties, including pistols, shotguns, rifles, semi-automatic assault rifles, and fully automatic machine guns where state legislation permits?
We do.
Do you pledge to use your firepower to defend yourselves, each other, and all fellow patriots who are well and good in this beautiful country?
We do.
May these rings be blessed as a symbol of your youth. As often as either of you look upon these rings, may you not only be reminded of this moment, but also of the vows you have made, the strength of your commitment to each other and to your country. If any person can show just cause why they may not join together, let them speak now, or forever hold their peace. I object! With that unpleasantness out of the way, you're now in peace and live in love, sharing the most precious gifts you have. The gifts of your lives, united, and your right to bear arms. And may your days be long on this earth, the chances of which increase with daily target practice. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Represent rice, which was once used to represent seeds, which were used to represent fertility. But since you've already knocked up, Taylor, here at Golding's Bagel Company, all our bagels are lovingly gun-crafted to perfection. Most customers can't even taste the lead. Hit the button to start up the machinery. Remember, the secret to a delicious bagel is the well-cooked dough in that perfect hole in the center. As the old saying goes, try not to sell your customers baked rats. You let a holeless bagel through. Now some poor customer will probably have a nervous breakdown. Remember to shoot first, eat bagels later. Whoa, no. Someone stuffed something nasty in the dough. Get that into the bin before it gets into the oven. You let a holeless bagel through. Now some poor customer will probably have a nervous breakdown. A bagel without a hole is like a patriot without a flag. Remember to shoot first, eat bagels later. Marvel in the unmatched efficiency of the American system of manufacturing. With our cutting-edge machinery and talented workers, whether it be bagels or guns, we have the ability to produce more than anyone could possibly need in a lifetime. A bagel without a hole is basically just a bread roll. In other words, boring. A bagel without a hole is basically just a bread roll. In other words, boring. It's lunchtime. Use the vending machine to order yourself a tasty meal and eat up to make sure you have enough bullets in your proverbial magazine.
Drink that up.
Just like the diligent bagel shooter toils in the factory to keep our citizens fed, the good people of the gun industry work around the clock to ensure a steady supply of guns to keep American citizens safe. These are good family people, like yourself, who want nothing more than to earn a living and feel safe. You let a holeless bagel through. Now some poor customer will probably have a nervous breakdown. A bagel without a hole is basically just a bread roll. In other words, boring. A bagel without a hole is like a patriot without a flag. A bagel without a hole is basically just a bread roll. In other words, boring. So there is like a huge rat in that bagel. Send it to hell, or at least not through to the customers. Time's up. I think the boss will be pleased with the results. All right, that about does it for today. Let's get moving. After a long day's work, you now get to enjoy the weekend with your sweetheart. We've prepared two iconic American activities for you. Nice catch. Now crack it open and have a swig. Our Patriot-ready beers are brewed with love and ample amounts of Patriot juice, extracted fresh from the deep mines of Wisconsin. You won't find a beer as delicious as this anywhere else in the world. Except maybe Australia. But they banned guns there, so they can go get fucked. How refreshing. Shoot your cans into the trash to dispose of them. Shoot your can into the trash to properly dispose of it. Now that you've learned how to drink a beer like a true American, let me share the next activity. Television! This all-knowing box of knowledge delivers up-to-date news about the community, the country, and less importantly, the rest of the world. Turn on the TV, kick back, relax, and enjoy a well-earned break. Breaking news. After a recent expression of freedom in a schoolyard, the president has expressed his desire to restrict the sale and use of automatic assault weapons. Seriously? Those damn gun grabbers are at it again. They just can't leave our freedom alone. The America we love is burning before our very eyes. Are you fed up with tying your shoelaces by hand? Introducing the Cutter 1912, the one-stop tool for all your everyday needs. Just shoot yourself in the foot and you're good to go. We cannot keep giving a platform to these mass shooters. We are awarding them with wall-to-wall attention and the sense of identity that they crave. The media are creating a whole new generation of copycat killers, and they must be stopped. Copycat killers? Almost as bad as actual cats. When you're out hunting and get surrounded by 100 bears, what are you going to do? Let them take you captive and have their way with you back in the depths of the bear cave? Don't be a victim. Arm yourself with an SR-15 assault rifle and send those frisky bears straight to hell.
What's happening?
Holy smokes! Taylor's water has broken. We need to get her to the hospital so that the baby can be safely brought into the world. You remember the emergency services number, don't you? It was 3 numbers, right? Hello, operator? We've got a woman in labor, and she's ready to deliver us a fresh American patriot. We need an ambulance pronto. And here they are. The ambulance service, much like your guns, can always be counted upon to take care of you in times of need. We're now at Coke Hospital, where the kind doctors and nurses will help Taylor deliver your beautiful child. Like all good Americans, doctors have learned how guns can enhance their productivity in new ways. Rather than relying on dangerous surgical instruments such as scalpels and forceps, doctors have a variety of medical guns to use instead. Surgery has never been safer. Now we play the waiting game and leave the rest to our skilled American doctors. I assure you, things are going fine. Wait a minute. Is that guy smoking in a hospital? How irresponsible. Good riddance. This hospital is a safe space once more. Remember, only cigars should be smoked in a hospital, and only after the baby is delivered. Hush! Baby girl. Give the baby a smack on the fanny. A new American has been born. What could she grow up to be? An Olympic shooter? A raider of tombs? A masterful chief? A bounty hunter? A gear of war? A bold space marine? A soldier that answers the call of duty in modern warfare? Anything is possible.
Our beautiful baby girl. What should we call her? Bang. What a wonderful name. We'll call her Bang.
Seeing you two and your new baby makes me think of how the gun factory of tomorrow will spawn new guns and gun owners for generations to come. I hope you're as excited to see it as I am. Congratulations! You've worked diligently and have been able to purchase your very own home. Whilst your partner takes care of many of the indoor chores, such as the laundry and cleaning, it's up to you to get your guns dirty with the gardening tasks. In many ways, this garden could serve as an allegory for our country. It is vast, awe-inspiring, and home to many fine things. The different plants represent the variety of citizens that call America home. Some good and some bad. The good plants represent the innocent, law-abiding, freedom-loving masses. Then there are the bad plants. Think of them as the parasites, villains, cats, communists, and predators that intrude on our peaceful territory. Amongst the population, there are exceptionally good flowers, such as the noble rose. Roses, with their stunning looks and sharp thorns, represent the patriots like you and I. Strong, refined, intelligent, incredibly good-looking, and deadly when necessary. You are a rose, and your guns are your thorns. Remember, it is the duty of the roses to protect the garden. Guns aren't just useful for tidying up in the garden. They can also be tools for nurturing flowers and helping them to grow to their fullest potential. Here we have a nursery of Americus Libitus Bellis Perennis, or American daisies, known to be one of the most brilliant flowers in the world. They must be cared for with the tender love that only submachine gun fire can provide.
Oh, hey there! How's it going? I could really go for a drink right now.
That flower looks thirsty. We need to find a way to get water onto it.
Oh, jeez, I'm getting real sapped.
Oh, boy.
I could really go for a drink right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Now be
That's
sure to get
good.
those flowers happy and healthy. Now, the perfect garden wouldn't be complete without a nice hedge to frame it. Our hedge wall is looking tall and even now, but as it is subject to the whims of nature, this may not always be the case. See? Nature. Unreliable. Guns, on the other hand, they're never gonna let you down. When Mother Nature misbehaves, we can help her out with a bit of man-made ingenuity. Use your gun to trim the tall hedges, and then call down rainwater to grow the short hedges and get it back into the correct shape.
Oh, yeah! That's good.
How does shooting a cloud make it rain? It's really just simple science. Bullets plus cloud equals rain. Duh. All right, let's get the garden into tip-top shape. Get those hedges tall and even. Take care of those flowers and make sure the lawn doesn't get overrun by weeds.
Oh, yeah! That's good.
Splendid! Look at those hedges. Perfectly lined up. The geometric consistency sure rattles my berries. Hey, up there in the sky. The sweet scent of liberty has attracted a group of angry birds. They've got their eyes set on the delicious pie that Taylor baked for us. That pie was baked with loving American hands, and by God, it will be eaten with American mouths. Good thing we have our faithful eagle to defend us. Go, Eddie! Okay, well, no matter. I guess it's up to us. Stop those red bastards from taking over our garden. Defend the pie until the timer runs out. from those foreign devils who thought they could take a slice of our sweet, sweet freedom pie. Once they're gone for now, we must remain vigilant to ward off the ever-present threat to our freedom. Excellent job. You've made your garden into the spitting image of radiant suburban America. Remember the importance of keeping your garden clean and beautiful. Just as good as...
Huh.
festivities, but I have some unfortunate news I need to share with you. Some crazed madman attacked and killed your mother. He coincidentally had a gun and shot her with it, but well, that's besides the point. The good news is the assailant left the gun at the scene of the crime, and we've recovered it. Guns are marked with a uniquely identifying serial number, so we may be able to trace it back to the culprit. Welcome to the National Tracing Center. This is where the country's records of gun sales are kept. Dealing with gun-related crime, when justice cannot be swiftly served with a bullet to the head, we turn to the Tracing Center. In the future, we will have access to incredible new technology to make tracking these criminals down easier than ever. Since a digitized National Gun Registry that tracks every firearm and its owner is highly immoral and would allow the government to confiscate all of our guns, we turn to the ever-reliable microfilm and paper technology. When you need to find a gun, all you need to do is look through each of the records and check for a matching serial number. Piece of cake. This is taking awfully long. Don't forget, your workstation is equipped with a state-of-the-art internet-enabled computer. This will make buying guns and gun-related paraphernalia as easy as taking candy from a baby. You could buy thousands of rounds of ammunition right from the comfort of your desk. We've even got custom-engraved American Rifle Association belt buckles. Now this is a future worth living in. computers and databases, PayPal will never betray you. Ow! Oh! Paper cut! Paper cut! Ow! I'm bored. Wasn't the last one a match? I could have sworn. Wow. I know what you're thinking. Wouldn't it be easier if we could just search up the serial number in the database? But that's like asking, wouldn't it be easier just to throw our guns into the sea and line up to get fucked by the government? Are we done yet? People die all the time. I don't get what the big deal is. How about we just tell the cops it was Mr. Cinnamon and call it a day?
Do you want to give up?
Lucky for you, having a gun makes giving up incredibly easy. All you have to do is raise the gun to your head, check it's loaded, and then shoot that big give up button. At least 20,000 Americans every year agree that this is the best option. Ask yourself, what's more important? Your mother or the inalienable Second Amendment rights of millions of American citizens? Huh? This could be a lot easier if you just got over that whole valuing human life thing. Don't get me wrong, the death of your mother was tragic, but there are larger issues at hand here. For instance, mental health, lack of education around safe gun use, and I also need to pee. Thank God we can finally get out of here. As a consolation for your loss, please accept these thoughts and prayers on the house. Raising infants used to be a messy, infuriating, stressful, and thankless job. But now guns can help us make this important time one of peace, love, and happiness. Little baby Bang, you look just like your daddy. Who's that cutie? You are.
Yes, you are.
Thanks to your excellent shooting skills, you are able to finish work early, allowing you to spend more time with the family. Many children grow up unloved and weird because their parents were too busy overworking and not smart enough to use guns. We've skipped forward from the breastfeeding months because we were told that exposed breasts are inappropriate. What a shame. We spent thousands on those props. Listen to that. Crying used to be a baby's only way to express itself. But babies of the future will be able to communicate using their guns as well. In time, parents will learn to intuit exactly what baby is trying to say with each gunshot. Young Bang is now old enough to eat soft foods. Let's prepare a yummy meal for the youngster. By shooting the food, we can break it down to make it easier for baby to digest.
Yum, yum. Delicious. Yum, yum. Delicious. Yum, yum. Delicious.
Yes.
Yum, yum. Delicious.
Yes.
Yum, yum.
Delicious. This baby food contains key nutrients for baby's development, including milk, carbohydrates, and a sprinkle of gunpowder. Spicy. don't you point that thing at me? Raising infants used to be a messy, infuriating, stressful, and thankless job. But now guns can help us make this important time one of peace, love, and happiness. Ah, little baby Bang, you look just like your daddy. Who's a cutie? You are, yes you are. Thanks to your excellent shooting skills, you are able to finish work early, allowing you to spend more time with the family. Many children grow up unloved and weird because their parents were too busy overworking and not smart enough to use guns. We've skipped forward from the breastfeeding months because we were told that exposed breasts are inappropriate. What a shame. We spent thousands on those props. Listen to that. Crying used to be a baby's only way to express itself. But babies of the future will be able to communicate using their guns as well. In time, parents will learn to intuit exactly what baby is trying to say with each gunshot. Young Bang is now old enough to eat soft foods. Let's prepare a yummy meal for the youngster.
By shooting the food, we can break it down to make it easier for baby to digest. Yum, yum. Delicious. Yum, yum. Delicious. Yum, yum.
Delicious.
Yum, yum.
Delicious.
Yum, yum. Delicious.
Yes.
Yum, yum. Delicious.
Yes.
Yum, yum.
Delicious.
This baby
Food contains key nutrients for baby's development, including milk, carbohydrates, and a sprinkle of gunpowder. Mmm, spicy.
This is boring as fuck.
Breaking news. Nefarious cat burglar on the loose. Several neighborhoods have been struck so far, with others no doubt in his sights. Eyewitness accounts confirm that the cat burglar will break into homes regardless of the time of day, even in broad daylight. Authorities advise that citizens should remain vigilant at all times to defend themselves from this menace.
A cat burglar? Oh, I bet it was that damn Mr. Cinnamon. I'm telling you, he can't be trusted. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want some unruly cat burglar creeping into my home. Home invasions and burglaries are more common than you think. Alarmingly, in the United States, a burglary occurs every 18 seconds. Chances are there's probably an invader in your house right now. Do you know what home invaders are capable of? Let me clue you in. They could steal your belongings. They could trash your house. They could sexually assault you and your family and then slit your throats. They could even kill your dog.
John Wick.
That's why it's so important to make sure we're prepared. You see, the criminal who underestimates an armed citizen is the fool who ends up with a face full of lead. Ooh-wee, can you smell that? Like all Americans, babies must excrete feces. It is the sworn duty of the parents to dispose of used diapers and keep baby clean and happy. To clean up baby, we need to open up the diaper and dispose of her precious American poop. Made in the USA. Good job. Baby's bottom is clean as hell. By the way, it's common knowledge that anti-gunners did not have their diapers changed regularly. No wonder they smell so bad. Something is upsetting poor Bang. Does she sense a stranger in the house? Did you do that? There, Bang. It'll be okay. I don't mean to alarm you, but there might be an intruder in the house. It might be the cat burglar. Get your gun ready.
I made waffles, darling.
Oh, thank God. It's just Taylor. Oh, and she brought waffles. Now you've seen how guns can be used to raise and nurture young Americans
Fuck you, dog.
towards a bright future
No.
amongst their fellow patriots. In addition, we must not forget the horrors of the outside world, where predators are always on the prowl, seeking to destroy the freedom and peace we hold so dear. Remember, the price of freedom is eternal vigilance and a well-stocked gun vault. And lastly, we've learned that surprise waffles are the best waffles.
Black Cheetah. Wanderseela. Wanderseela. Isn't that one chick from like the movie?
The gun industry sought to position the gun as a symbol representing all that is good in the world. Heroism, patriotism, liberty, freedom, justice. If we could convince the people that owning a gun was more than just owning a tool, that it meant being a proud American, being a force for good, and a protector of the weak, then there would be no limit to our prosperity. We knew we had something special on our hands, so we continued making more guns, better guns, and the money kept coming in. Our factories could now produce millions of guns each year, and each gun was eager to find a home. And so we found new ways to market our wares to the masses. We had guns for men, women, and even toy guns for children. We made an endless variety of gun models and attachments to fulfill the needs of every gun-loving patriot. Our guns embedded themselves into American culture and the media we produced. For role models, we need only look to the heroic cowboy, with trusty peacemaker in hand, or the brave revolutionary, reclaiming his liberty with his own weapon. The gun had become a beacon of hope in a hopeless world. one that was accessible to any American as long as they could afford it. We grew like never before. We used our resources to support our political allies, so they would support the industry and your right to bear arms. Our power and influence ran deep, and in time, we embedded ourselves into the American identity. We made America the gun country. What began as a simple business of selling ball-throwing machines became so much more. We turned our business into a culture, one unlike any other in the world. Only time will tell where the mighty gun will go from here. Experiences of fishing and hunting, but in the future we can combine the two for maximum bonding potential. We've arrived at Colt Lake, known for its crystal clear waters, lush greenery, and abundance of lively fish. Welcome aboard the SS Barrel, your father's prized boat. We'll be using the old Simpson rifle, perfect for shooting underwater targets with its high-velocity shots. You might say it'll be as easy as shooting fish in an SS barrel. Ha ha ha! Whilst fishing is a leisurely pastime, as Americans, it is our duty to prove we're the best at what we do. So today, rather than just catch any dumb fish, we're going for the biggest fish in the lake. Legend has it that a monstrous catfish, Sergeant Whiskers, lurks in the depths. Look there. It's a new fish, waiting for a skilled fisherman's challenge. The biosphere of the lake operates on a simple premise. Big fish eat the small fish. By shooting small fish, we'll be able to lure out the bigger ones. With any luck, we'll eventually convince the legendary Whiskers to come out. Show me what you've got. I'm hankering for some catfish tonight. In the old days, people would catch fish using rods and plastic wires. What a bunch of idiots. Wow, that's a big one. One step closer to Whiskers.
Oh, that's a slippery one, isn't it? What do you call a fish without an eye? FSH.
In this world, there is an order to things, just like in the food chain. There are the strong and the weak bow to the will of the strong. By arming ourselves, we become strong and ensure that we won't be bending for anybody. Unless you're into that kind of thing, but that's none of my business.
Why not enjoy a snack from a lunchbox? Where does a fish keep its money? In the riverbank!
Such a delicate balance beneath the surface of the water. Millions of years of evolution leading to a perfectly tuned ecosystem. And yet now, we can float over it and blow the blazes out of everything. Yee-haw!
You can bring the fish closer to our boat by throwing bait into the water. What Why is a fish so easy to weigh, huh? Because it has its own scales.
The strong prey on the weak. Those who wield power have the right to exercise their will. It is through perseverance, strength, and force of will that America claimed its place as the most powerful nation in the world. And that is how its citizens should conduct themselves in chasing their ambitions.
Remember, shoot the smaller fish to lure out bigger ones. Why did the fish blush? Because it saw the boat's bottom.
What a fantastic sport it is when the opposition doesn't even know it's playing.
I remember the days of having to unhook the little ones and throw them back. Now we just blast them and everyone saves time. What did the fish say when it swam into the wall? Damn! Dude!
Life is a fragile thing, and at any moment, one can be thrust into a dangerous life or death situation. We must remember to equip ourselves properly if we want to keep our families out of harm's way. What's that? It can't be. It is the legendary Sergeant Whiskers himself.
Why are fish so clever? Think about it. Because they swim in school.
I can see the light draining from his eyes. We're almost there. This is it, my friend. You know what to do. Take down Sergeant Whiskers and turn him into the trophy of a lifetime. Keep fighting. We're so close.
Who does the fish call when his piano breaks? The piano tuna.
What a magnificent creature. He'll look great when stuffed and hanging on the wall.
Why do fish like worms? Because they're hooked on them.
Be careful now. Whiskers isn't any ordinary fish. It's far more resilient to gunfire and has been known to ram boats and capsize them. I can see the light draining from his eyes. We're almost there.
Where do fish go on holiday? To Finland!
Here he comes. Get ready. And yikes! He has no respect for the natural order. I'm inclined to think those red balls on Whisker's body may be weak points. Shoot them for massive damage.
Why was the tuna taken off television? His show got canned!
Great shot!
Why did the fish blush?
Here he comes. Get ready.
Because he saw the boat's
Whoa! That was a close one. He's gonna jump. Watch out! Excellent shot. Whoa.
He's gonna feel that.
two fish.
Yes! I think you did it. Thanks to your trusty rifle, we were able to find a...
Why couldn't the fish detect
Detective Soul.
Watch out! Sergeant Whiskers is carrying a concealed weapon. Well, it would seem we're in quite the pickle here. Don't you point that thing at me. Well, that plan didn't exactly hold water. Looks like we're going under. an American citizen, Sergeant Whiskers has a constitutional right to carry arms and defend himself. He exercised his right, as we all should when faced with a mortal threat. Concealed carry saved Sergeant Whiskers' life today, and it could save yours too. In this world, you pack heat or pack your bags.
Wow.
Before we move on, I'd like to pose a question to you. Would you have gone fishing today if you knew that fish had guns to defend themselves? Thanksgiving is a time when families come together to share bountiful meals and give thanks for the many benefits of American life, such as freedom, democracy, and the ability to purchase a shitload of guns. Hey, who does this guy think he is? We've got a Thanksgiving feast of pistol whip-up. Get him out of the way. Good.
Riddance. Anyway,
Where were we? Hey, man. Glad you could make it. I'm just... Come in. This is General Washington. Do you read? What is your sit rep? McTavish. Damn it. Thank the founding fathers you're here. The president has been assassinated, and in the chaos, communists have seized control of the barbershop. They are demanding a ransom of $12 billion, and that we hand over the body of the president. They claim that if their demands aren't met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear strike on our homeland. You'll have two mission objectives. Firstly, you are to identify and eliminate the communist leader. He may be disguised among the patrons of the barbershop, but can be identified by his sinister-looking eye patch. Secondly, you are to proceed through the barbershop and give haircuts to each of the customers. As the shop owners have been taken hostage, they are relying on you to ensure that their customers' needs are attended to. The hot zone is 0.01 clicks north of here, and the insertion method will be via cart. You'll receive new weapons from our ground infantry at regular intervals, and I'll provide tactical support via secure radio comms. Only an elite Special Forces commando like yourself is capable of completing such a dangerous mission. Your nation is counting on you, soldier. Before we proceed, you'll need to learn how to perform a tactical haircut. Locate the tango and aim for the head. By the way, when I say tango, I mean target, not the dance. This dummy's hair is in dire need of an intervention. A military intervention. Go on, liberate the hair
from its head, soldier.
Excellent work, soldier. That's a fine-looking American haircut if I've ever seen one. You'll be receiving ground support from the Gunny Squadron, who will plant explosive charges on the doors in front of you. Breach and clear each room until you've completed all your mission objectives. All set? Commencing Operation Excessive Force now. It's gonna blow! Excess hair
Down.
haircut confirmed. You did it. We defeated the communists. Once and for all. Excellent work, soldier. However, we cannot rest on our laurels, for the fight for freedom is eternal. It is only a matter of time until a new threat surfaces. Yesterday, it was the Nazis. Today was communists. Tomorrow, who knows? There will always be an enemy,
And we will always need weapons to
fight them. We'll make up our own enemies if we have to. Anything to keep the gun economy alive. For the life of freedom hinges upon the life of the gun. We find ourselves back at home, enjoying a quiet afternoon with the family. And look, it looks like Taylor's got a new bullet in the chamber too. Although this one won't be due for another few months. Kick back and enjoy some quality time with your good friends, TV and beer. Oh hey, it's one of those gun shows. My favorite. Some say this is an unfair loophole for criminals to acquire unlicensed guns. But some also say that the moon landing was faked. So think about that. It was the morning of April 20th, 1999. And it was pretty much like any other morning in America. The farmer did his chores, milkman made his deliveries, the president bombed another country whose name we couldn't pronounce. Orange!
Do you want a safer alternative to your handgun? Introducing the Smartass gun, designed only to fire when verified by your fingerprint, and only your fingerprint.
Well, what about me? I don't even have fingerprints. How's that meant to work? Useless.
technology.
Well, it looks like this baby jumped the gun. You know what to do. Call an ambulance. Okay, well, there goes that idea. But they are not. We are the world's most resourceful people. We can handle this on our own. To the hospital. Get in! I'll take the wheel. You keep it on my way. Take them out before they fall off. This thing's a nightmare. for this baby on your own.
While you
You might not be a qualified
doctor,
You've got the most powerful tools in every cabinet. I'm sure we
can make this work.
Okay. The baby's coming! Do something!
We interrupt tonight's broadcast for an important message from the newly appointed President of the United States.
People of America, today is a momentous day. It marks the dawn of a new age, a second American Revolution. We, the people, have paved way for a new paradigm of thinking and being, one that leads with strength, dignity, and steel. You gave us, the American Rifle Association, the power to thrive and the support we needed to take the next step in our evolution. You voted with your hearts and your wallets, and we ascended to the summit of power. The right to own a gun should be universal and ubiquitous. Without it, we are all victims to tyranny and oppression. Not just by the government, but by gun-wielding criminals, madmen, and psychopaths. We are born as helpless lambs in a field of wolves. But the Second Amendment gives the common man the most uncommon of freedoms: power. Within the cold, blued steel of our lovingly crafted guns resides sacred stuff. The power of life and death. The power of God. We must democratize this power. Give it to every man, woman, and child if we are to rid this world of evil. For only a peace between equals can last. We shall rally our loyal followers with our rousing speeches, weekly newsletters, and membership discounts to spread word. We give you the truth. We show you the horrors of the world so that you understand why owning guns is so necessary. We will remove all federal taxes and restrictions on gun ownership and concealed carry laws. Our freedoms will be limitless, so that our industry can grow unfettered by the villains who would align against our liberty. Like a serpent consuming its own tail, the gun economy will feed off the fear and conflict that our weapons create, thus furthering the desire for even more weapons. We've created an unstoppable machine, an infinite cycle. With it, we will fill the nation with our guns, so that we may finally know peace. This is the ultimate gun factory that I promised to you. This is my American dream. Hey, what's the holdup? Switch to camera 4. My American... Oh, sweet Jesus, what the hell is that? Turn it off! Turn it off! Okay, how about I just show you myself? Behold, the gun factory of tomorrow. My American dream! We, the people, form the constitution of the greatest gun factory of all time. We are the parts of this grand machine. We give it life, and in return it gives us the most important privilege of all: freedom! Freedom to live our lives as we see fit. Ours will be a society where justice is upheld with a steel fist, where we push past the boundaries of so-called morality to lead mankind into a new age of progress. The weak will be left behind, and the strong shall rise to claim our rightful bounty. Allow me to demonstrate, Mr. Cinnamon. A filthy creature like you has no place in the new America. Mr. Cinnamon, no! Useless chaff will be disposed of, and all that shall remain are the most exemplary specimens of life. Oh, this is no different to natural selection. We are merely giving Mother Nature a little push in the right direction. Well, even if it means pushing her down the stairs. However, we are left with one loose end. You, my dear friend. My invaluable partner. You and your guns have helped me to change America.
What? No, don't
and
you.
soon
I'm gonna kill you,
the
dog.
world. Remember Thanksgiving? Oh, I need to thank you. Because the person you disposed of was the greatest obstacle to my rise to power. Yes, it was you who killed the president. He wanted more than just a serving of Taylor's delicious baked potatoes that day. He wanted to cripple the military-industrial complex, destroy the arms industry, and in turn, annihilate your Second Amendment rights. He was an enemy of freedom. And so he was rightfully overthrown by one of the very citizens he betrayed. He proposed disarmament. But disarmament means death. Death of the United States and the death of liberty itself. His Confederation of Mutual Trust and Respect was a fantasy. Make no mistake, this world of ours is one fueled by fear and hate. The only way to survive in such a world is through strength of will and strength of arms. We will grip peace by its throat. Hold it high! The clenched fist of truth. The world will worship us. We will spread our guns to the furthest reaches and create the ultimate paradise on Earth. Together, we crushed the old tyrannical government, just like the brave soldiers of the Revolutionary War. Now I will be your new president, and I shall restore our strength, our pride, and our glory. However, when I look at you now, and the destruction you've wrought, it's clear to me now that I have created a monster. This world governed by the strength of the individual, I cannot, powerful as you existing alongside me. You are a threat to our peace that I cannot afford. And so, you must die, my beloved monster. Go on, gather your militia. See what good it will do against the might of my army. The U.S. military has evolved in ways you cannot possibly imagine. Will you die here as a patriot? Or will you live on
As the bad guy with a gun.
America is ours now. But this is just the beginning. I have a dream of a world
Where the American dream is no longer
longer limited by our nation's borders. We are the epitome of human civilization. A model society that all should aspire. Our influence extends to every corner of the globe and only grows
deeper with time.
whether they love us or hate us. They cannot
Ignore us.
We will offer a hand and let them taste the American experience. Whether it be our art, books, music, or films, they will consume it with ecstasy. Our culture will be commoditized, drifted ceaselessly into the minds of the masses. Together, we will become one homogeneous soup. A delicious bacon-infused high-fructose corn syrup will enter the hearts and minds of all men. The people of the world will become as one, united under the morality of the gun. And at last, we will know a time when the lamb may lie with the wolf. One day, we will learn how to create entire worlds for people to inhabit and live our ideologies. They will learn to think and act as we do, and in time, the whole world will live the American dream, just as you are now. I believe in my vision of the future, and for it to come to pass, you must die. However, I also believe in power, and your freedom to exert that power against your government. So show me what it means to be a true American patriot. Let's finish this. You and I. With all the money you've helped us earn, I've been able to purchase a few upgrades. If you want your freedom, then take it from my cold, dead hands. Your militia has fallen. You belong in the ground. I have the words of the founding fathers on my... And admit that's not alone. Belong in the ground. I have the words of the founding fathers on my side. I know just what you need right now. Like a brilliant light piercing through an endless night, we will illuminate the world with our muscle flashes and awaken humanity's true potential. I know just what you need right now. Have some thoughts and prayers. every problem, every challenge we face, the solution to heat starts with guns! The whole, the ultimate defense! Politics! The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. That, and my fist up your ass. What counts is not necessarily the size of the dog in the fight. I've learned that piling up material goods does in fact fill the emptiness of life. Force is stronger than right reason. You see, that's the good thing about being president. I can do whatever I want. That's my special spot. We, the government, tell the people what to do. You don't tell us. I've learned that piling up material goods does in fact fill the emptiness of life. Glorious, a brilliant light piercing through an endless night. We will illuminate our world and awaken humanity's true potential. Oh, might need to see that after this.
necessity.
But if you want to boost the man's character, give him power.
I will lead humanity to new heights.
Right now, you might be thinking, oh, the liberals were right. We should have just had more gun control. Well, how's this? Now it is time for you to die.
Honey, take this.
Stay out of this, Taylor.
Oh, you finally got it. You're just too strong. You win. You've shown that with guns, you can achieve anything. I'm sorry. Sorry for all of this. I just wanted to sell some guns. I have a family to feed, and all those hamburgers and milkshakes just don't come cheap. So what if I bought a few yachts and mansions as well? I mean, they're just the simple needs of a humble entrepreneur. We sure had some good times, didn't we? Remember when we went to the carnival? You should have seen the look on your face. Just kidding. What did you think was going to happen? Remember, guns kill bad guys, and I'm just a dog. Thank you for joining us on this magical adventure. Together, we've learned the undeniable benefits of gun ownership for the common man. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you've learned what it means to be a true American and just how wonderful life can be when you're packing heat. On behalf of the American Rifle Association, I would like to formally thank you again for joining us in living the American dream. Until next time, friend. 4 years ago, in the summer of 1949, a group of 9 respected companies came together to craft a vision of the future of America. They set upon themselves one key question: what makes America great? Is it the sweat of our brows? No. Is it the beautiful land upon which we built our homes? No. It is the ability for any man to achieve whatever he sets out to do using the tools of his great nation. Welcome to the American Dream. My name is Buddy Washington, and I will be your guide.